Good afternoon and welcome to ThePrint Live. I'm Himani Chandna and I cover health for ThePrint. Today we are discussing that why the popular acidity drug Ranitidine has not been recalled in India despite suspicions over the contamination by the cancer-causing chemical in it. Keep sending us your questions till we are live. In between, I will give you a bit about what this drug is and what the related controversy is. Ranitidine. I will suggest you to check your medicine box and you might have a pack too. Yes, it is that common. It is sold under the brand names like Aciloc, Arloc, Zinetac, Rantac, and it is available for last 4 decades. The controversy was triggered last month when US FDA, the American health regulator, flagged the medicine for having cancer-causing substances in it, but in low levels. Though it did not recommend the recall or to stop the usage of the drug, it said that it is still evaluating whether the level of carcinogens that has been found in ranitidine pose risk to humans. I will tell you that it said that it is still evaluating whether low levels of NDMA. So NDMA is that carcinogen that has been found in ranitidine, and FDA is still evaluating whether it poses risk to the patient's health. Keep sending us your questions if you have any doubt about it. In between, I will also tell you that in India, 2 companies, GSK and Dr. Reddy's, has already recalled the drug. GSK, which makes Zinetac, has recalled the drug from the pharmacy level, from the retail outlets as well. Okay, we have started getting the questions now. The first question has come from Prerna. Prerna asks, which are the companies in India that have recalled the drug? Yes, Prerna, I just told that GSK and Dr. Reddy's, these are the 2 companies that have recalled the drug in India. GSK, which is a maker of Zinetac, which is a very popular brand. It's the second largest acidity drug sold in India. This has been recalled, and the company has said that it will also recall the brand from the retail level, from your chemist shops as well. The another question asks, what is the stand of foreign health regulators on the issue versus the Indian regulator? So the response from the foreign regulator and the Indian regulator is, the foreign regulators, there are 2 foreign regulators that have already issued the recall all over the country. In India, we haven't seen a recall, a blanket recall. It's a voluntary recall that a company, if wishes, conducts a voluntary recall, but no notification, no recall has been directed from the government agencies. While the French and the Canadian health regulators have recalled the drug, the French and Canadian health regulators have recalled the drug all over the country. The Indian drug regulator and the US drug regulator, which is US FDA, US Food and Drug Administration, both the countries have not called for blanket recall yet. The another question says, why ranitidine is suspected to contain carcinogen? So I will quote the Canadian health regulator here, that why they believe that ranitidine has a carcinogen. Canadian health regulator has explained that ranitidine is itself a source of NDMA, a carcinogenic content, while US FDA says that it is still investigating the source of impurity. So there is a difference. US FDA believes that there is some kind of an impurity in a drug, while Canadian health regulator, which has already recalled the drug from the entire market, says the drug itself is an impurity. While US FDA believes either it is the raw material that is used in the drug has the impurity, or either it is the manufacturing processes that have been undertaken while making the drug has some kind of a problem, so that the medicine gets the carcinogens into it. Whereas Canadian health regulator says it is not the raw material, it is not the manufacturing processes, it is the ranitidine itself which eventually leads to the formation of carcinogens into it. So the next question is, what is Rantac? So Rantac is just a brand name. It is just a brand name, but the salt that is used to make Rantac, the chemical that is used to make Rantac is ranitidine. And ranitidine is the medicine which is now under the scanner of all the global regulators for having cancer causing substances into it. What is NDMA and how it impacts human body? Garima asked this. NDMA, it is a carcinogen. Carcinogen is something that has the ability to cause cancer. NDMA is a chemical that is found in smoked meat, beer, cereals, milk, and a lot of other things that we consume on daily basis. NDMA is also present in low levels in water, air, everything that we breathe in and we drink. But there are plenty of evidences that it causes cancer. It has been proven in several studies, including the rodent and the human studies, that it causes cancer. In fact, in human studies, it has proven to cause gallbladder and urinary tract cancer. But FDA has capped the safety limit of NDMA consumption. It says that 96 nanogram per day consumption of NDMA, if it is, then the risk will be very low. FDA estimates that for every 1 lakh people consuming 96 nanogram of NDMA per day, for the other 70 years, there will be less than 1 cancer case addition to it. So NDMA itself in low quantities is not that harmful, but we don't know that the daily consumption of these NDMAs in form of acidity drugs, and we even don't know that what is the limit of NDMAs that were present in those drugs. So the another question says, few or all batches of ranitidine has levels of NDMA found high. We don't know if the levels were high because US FDA has said that levels were low. So we are not yet sure if the NDMA levels were high. Which studies refer to the, what are the laws or punishment for not adhering to quality standards? So this is not about the quality standards as of now. Global regulators and in fact Indian regulator, they are still trying to figure out that how this impurity has come into the drug. Here I will quote David Light, who is a CEO of ValueSure. Now, ValueSure is an online pharmacy chain in United States, which was the first to flag that there is a carcinogen in ranitidine, and it pressurized US FDA to check this drug further. The CEO, David Light, has told several media outlets that ranitidine is an inherently unstable drug and breaks down easily to form NDMA. They in fact told ThePrint that the only way to fix this drug is the complete recall. So here I will repeat that what the Canadian health regulator said. They are saying that there is no impurity in ranitidine. Ranitidine itself is an impurity. So bro asks, why is the government not taking any action? So I will let you know that what are the actions that government has taken. By far, government has asked the drug manufacturers across India to verify their products. Even the state drug regulators have been alerted to go to these manufacturers and check their products, verify their products. Till now, government hasn't announced any official recall of these products, but the internal studies that if Indian medicines, Indian ranitidine also has carcinogens is going on. Has there been any cases reported so far? So cases, there is no proven case that will tell you that because you consumed ranitidine, so you got the cancer. Because I told you it is still not proven that ranitidine has high levels of NDMA or carcinogens into it. So it cannot be related to any cancer as of now. Karan is asking, few or all batches of ranitidine has levels of NDMA found high. So these are the batches that US FDA has tested. They have said, in fact, they named only one company, Sanofi, in that, and they said that we are still testing the other generic drugs, the other samples as well. So they haven't really said that there are high levels of NDMA found in these drugs. They in fact advised that not to stop the consumption of this drug immediately, and if you wish to, you can take advice from your health professional for any substitutes available in the market. Keep sending us your question, and the another question also asks that what is the impact of consuming NDMA on human body? So there is a cap on the consumption of NDMA. We don't directly consume NDMAs, but NDMAs are part of our daily life and environment. We also find NDMAs in air and water. We also find NDMAs in smoked meat, milk and cereals. The capped limit, the safety limit for the consumption of NDMA per day is 96 nanograms, and FDA says that consumption of 96 nanogram per day of NDMA for other 70 years, there will be less than 1 extra case of cancer. So the low consumption of NDMA does not affect much. So the another question says, can we look for symptoms? No, there are no symptoms. It is not like diarrhea or a headache that are immediate symptoms of consuming a drug. These are the long-term side effects on a human body which may not be directly related, which may not be directly contributed to ranitidine for causing cancer. The another question says, is this impurity present in any other medicine we should be worried about? I will not suggest you to worry about anything, but this kind of impurity was otherwise found in BP medicines, which are valsartans based medicines. The impurity was found last year, and several valsartan medicines were recalled in United States. The NDMA was found into it, but the root cause for NDMA contamination in valsartan medicines was diagnosed as the raw material that was used in those drugs. That was a Chinese manufacturer of the API, which is a raw material used for the production of valsartan drugs. But in this case, the government and the health regulators have not yet been able to establish the cause of carcinogens in ranitidine. Is the drug consumed in India on a regular basis? It's a popular anti-acidity drug. Aciloc, Rantac, Zinetac, Arlog, these are the drugs that are consumed for heartburns, and these are antacids which are taken which are advised by doctors to even patients who are on strong antibiotics or which have a regular problem of acid reflux. So these are very popular medicines, and these are very popularly prescribed to patients also. Shivam Sinha asks, generic medicine has very poor quality. Is there any check? Shivam, of course, generic medicines have to go through a lot of audits and checks. There is a proper mechanism, and when a drug fails to qualify a certain standards, there are of course lot of penalties and cancellations as well. Which is the topmost drug? So Aciloc is the topmost drug in the ranitidine category, which is followed by Zinetac. Aciloc till now has not been recalled, but Zinetac by GSK Pharmaceuticals was recalled last week only, and the recall was on the pharmacy level. So from the retail shops, the company has recalled the product. They have taken it off the shelves. Thank you so much for listening to us. This is Himani Chandna for The Print. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of such videos.